Hello and welcome to the Bad Gamer, Good Gamer podcast. I'm your Bad Gamer, the host Tim, and I like video games and catching up on the news. However, I don't really play them that much.
And I'm your good gamer host, Food, meaning I actually play games from my back catalog, ranging from retros to the current titles.
This is our space to discuss the latest gaming news, express our opinions, share those epic gaming moments, and of course, have a hot take or two.
Of course, this wouldn't be a podcast if we don't eventually end up triggering someone.
So grab a snack, find a comfy spot, and enjoy the show. Hey, Food, how's it going?
We're going straight into it.
Straight
good.
into it, yeah. Brand new podcast, same old traditions.
Same old, brand new podcast, new, I guess, setup.
Now for you, new setup. Yeah, good setup.
Thank you. This kind of happened today by accident.
By accident, I'm sure.
But it worked,
So to those listening in for the very first time to the Bad Gamer, Good Gamer podcast, welcome to the show. Welcome. Thank you for dropping by. I'm going to be completely candid with you. We don't really have anything to talk about today, but we need to have like the first episode out because we have the social media profiles.
We need
out.
something. We need
something to populate the podcast and like in the feed and whatever. So this is going to be like an intro filler episode. We talk about ourselves. We talk about what the podcast is hopefully going to end up being. For those who don't know, we actually had a show together in another podcast. The show is called The Gaming Weekly Show, and it was on the Words of Tim podcast. We decided to spin it off into its own podcast, its own account, its own everything. And this is how it came to be. Bad Gamer, Good Gamer. I'm the bad gamer. Food, you are the good gamer.
Supposedly good gamer, but better.
Yeah.
Better.
I mean, relatively speaking, I'm the bad one. You're the good one. Yeah. So in this podcast, I just need to fill up the time, dude. In this podcast, the format is going to be like a weekly news sort of like review recap thing that we'll do. So every Monday we'll be dropping a new episode. It's going up on YouTube. It's going up on Spotify, Apple,
YouTube,
like the whole shebang. All of them is going to go on all of those platforms. And YouTube's going to be a first for this because we've been doing this for a year and a half as an audio-only podcast. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, challenge. It was comforting. Like I didn't have to like worry about presenting myself or looking half decent. You know, like I was in PJs and we were chatting. You know, you always look good. Like let's be clear. Tim,
the setup looks good.
Yeah,
the lighting is okay.
He always looks good. Don't listen to him. If you see any of his streams, you know he looks good all the time. It's consistent, very consistent.
Back when I was young, I used to stream. Oh wait, let's do a Coke can ASMR. I don't know if that got picked up. But speaking of stream, that was something I used to do when I streamed on Twitch.
That's right.
I used to do the ASMR Coke can opening thing. So this podcast, Food. We're going to be talking about the news every Monday.
This is what we generally do. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the news, but we're also going to be actually talking about hopefully other topics or side topics or hot takes, as you said,
hot
between
takes
us
in the intro. That's the thing. The primary episode is going to be the weekly news episode, but there's going to be a secondary episode, but that doesn't necessarily have to be on a fixed schedule. Whenever we come up with an idea for something to talk about, or maybe it's something that we can pre-record and then publish whenever we feel like it. Things that we talked about earlier today, like just ideas for the show, for example, would be a debate about what's the best game of all time. It's a very subjective, open, broad, vague question, of course. But again, our opinion on what that would be and how we identify best game of all time. You had a lot to say about graphics cards and what to buy and all that sort of stuff.
That's a whole nother thing. Yeah,
that's an episode solely like run by you. But the timing is great because prices are dropping. Like I don't want to say everywhere around the world, but in the US and Canada, I think, in the UAE. Oh yeah, for first-time listeners, we are both in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates. Abu Dhabi is the capital of the United Arab Emirates, and that's where we live. I was born and raised here, but I am originally Syrian. Food.
I was born and raised here, but originally Lebanese Palestinian.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is our backgrounds.
This is our background. This is what you need to know. Nothing else other than that. So yeah, we're saying graphics card prices are dropping. It's a good time
some
to
talking points, as you said. Like,
yeah,
we don't want to dive too much into it, but like
not
just
too deep,
so you can see where our mindset is from,
where we're coming from.
Yeah.
In terms of, wow, it feels like I'm giving out specs for the podcast. The episode lengths, we're trying to make them like digestible at like around 30 minutes to 45.
This is GWS. This is gaming.
Well, I mean, even for this podcast, I mean, that's the go-to that we're trying to like. That's the sweet spot. But certain episodes, like the weekly ones, are like a half hour to 45 minutes, which is good for anybody that's commuting or like wants to take a break or something. They can like listen to it in one or two sort of like chunks. But the other stuff that we'll talk about can be like 15, like this episode, this intro filler episode 00 or whatever, like this episode that we're on right now. I'm assuming it's probably going to be the pilot episode. I'm assuming it's going to be around 15 minutes long because we really don't have anything to talk about. We just want to push out the first episode and then show people what we are like and who we are.
Really, we're doing this for the algorithms. That's it. Like,
we're
catering to algorithms, not to anyone else. So that will come later. We'll talk to you.
Yeah, people later. Yeah. Well, later will be the next episode. So maybe we can like talk a little bit of gaming now. The State of Play is happening tonight, like 2 a.m. our time.
I'm not staying.
Which is crazy.
I don't know about you. Well, you'll probably stay up for it.
I'm a night owl. Fatfood is not. He's a morning person.
I'm an ex night owl. Okay, I used to be,
but now you're not.
I can't. I just can't.
I mean, I'm not judging you or shaming you or anything. It's just the way that it is.
It's background.
It's the state of food right now.
The state of food pre-state of play. Yeah, state of food is
exactly.
I shouldn't be up right now. This is the state.
Yeah, so it's currently 11:40 p.m. We had some setup issues. We started at 10:30.
Major setup issues. If you want to give some real like inside story, like that's
so we're using iris.fm to do like the dual capture thing, recording locally. We also have like local backup recordings as well, but that wasn't working for a bit. We had some audio issues as well, and then we were like working on some other stuff, like writing the intro. So it took a while. I said in the last episode of the Gaming Weekly show that we are going to intentionally start out really bad and then just like get better from there. Like, we don't mind being at the bottom, starting out.
Yeah, we're starting out again for the second time or for the first time after our previous podcast. So it's like the next step for us.
Yeah, it's the next step.
Because you want to evolve. If someone heard the previous episode would know.
I want to become Charizard.
Tim badly needs to become Charizard. So this is what
I can see that happening. Yeah.
We want to evolve.
We want to evolve. Yeah, that's it. So anyways, State of Play is happening tonight at 2 a.m. We will be covering the State of Play. We will record our episode, the true first episode of the show will be recorded on Sunday like afternoon, and then the episode will be out Monday. So you'll get to hear our thoughts on that then. However, Food, do you want to share some pre-show thoughts, opinions?
On what the State of Play is going to be? What do
you expect is going to happen? What are you looking forward to?
Okay, well, they already announced that it's heavily going to be about PSVR 2. So, other than seeing the games reveal, it's a hope more than it's going to happen. But like, I hope they speak about like the release date or something about the hardware of the PSVR 2 more than just
like more, because they already released a few things in the past. They had they had a blog where they kind of went through all the technical specs, but maybe not everything was revealed.
Yeah, not everything. So I want to see it like in action almost, if that's possible, because
You want to see some examples of how the games
yeah.
will like, yeah, the experience will be like.
So obviously you can never recreate VR experience unless you're in it. You like no matter how many trailers you see, you have to like
You have to
experience it
be in it. You
yourself.
have to see how it works out. You have to see how immersive it is, because the hardware plays a big role in that. You know,
The hardware and like the actual experience of the hardware, like how many wires, whatever. It's a wired
well, yeah,
experience.
there's
Like
that's
yeah,
like the convenience factor of it, but I'm thinking
yeah,
more in terms of the screen refresh rate, the screen quality, the size, the
yeah.
pixel density,
The
all that sort of
weight,
stuff
yeah.
makes a huge difference. No, no, not the immersiveness, but in terms of like the VR
No, the
experience.
hardware. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. The weight of the device, the weight of anything
yeah.
else, that's not gonna. I don't. In my opinion, that doesn't affect the VR, like the virtualness of the
The
thing.
virtualness. I guess it's more comfort than virtualness,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
how long you can
exactly.
stay.
Like
But
like
yes,
you're
okay.
like, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, exactly. So the convenience of it, how long can you stay, in VR? I mean, there's also like power management and batteries and whatnot. Like those other things also play a role in that. But I'm more interested in how
The
real does this
experience.
VR make the experience seem like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. Like, so it's going to be definitely on the software side of things to
Yeah. The
try to
hardware. I mean, the
try to
hardware as
convey
well.
that. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Try to, yeah, exactly. The games have to be fun. They have to be immersive enough. They have to be like I would like for the new status quo of all VR games to be like a bit longer or a bit more meaty, not
like an
like
actual
quick
game.
10.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's a bit, that would be asking for too much, but that would be awesome if that's just the new status quo. But like, I want something that's like not just, fun, casual stuff that you can play for like 10, 15 minutes and whatever.
right.
I guess it also depends on, because I know in the beginning a lot of people had got headaches and felt a bit dizzy, but I don't
Hmm.
know if that's still a thing now because the older VR headsets are like really old gen. So like picture wasn't very clear, it was like, low pixel density and there was like the screen door effect and there's like a lot of things going on. So I don't
So
know.
so I guess everyone's expecting a lot in this next generation. So less,
Yeah.
better immersion, less sickness. Hopefully, like more people can
I
access
mean,
it or use it.
Sony is in the position to make VR more mainstream than whatever level of mainstream that it is right now. Like,
What made okay, if we're going to talk VR in general, which
mm.
quickly I'll touch up on, if we're going to compare things, it's the Quest 2. It has made it mainstream. Like the Quest 2, Facebook like made VR more mainstream than it ever had
And
because
made it
of
a lot more accessible.
because of
Definitely.
the
Yes.
accessibility. That's the main
Yes.
reason.
Yeah. But
So Sony doesn't have the accessibility because you need a PS5 to run the PSVR 2. So that alone is already limiting a lot of people.
well, hold on. I wonder if we can get those numbers. How many PS5s have been sold?
Hell,
Like,
I
what's the user
know
base of the PS5 versus what's the user base of the Quest 2? I
you
have
want
a
to do
feeling
that.
PS5 should be bigger.
Yes, but how many people of that are going to be willing to go to PSVR as well? Like it's always going to be a
Well, that's
percentage.
that's on Sony. Like, if they come up with a great product, good price, and great exclusive games for the PS5 VR2, PSVR2, then they're in the position to make it very
Yeah.
mainstream.
Save the stats for tomorrow or for Sunday. Save
For
like
the
the
next
looking up
episode,
this.
yeah, let's
This
look
is
into it. This
journalism.
is
Now
just
we're
us
just
thinking.
yeah.
This is just us. Okay, yeah. So that's what I think. Actually, I think Sony, just because like you need, I don't know. I mean, yeah, the Quest 2 is definitely the first step in making it more mainstream.
Yeah.
Maybe the PSVR 2, is that what it's called? I keep forgetting.
Yeah, PSVR
Yeah,
2. I don't know if that's
PSVR
the
2.
official name, but that's what they're going with. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe the PSVR 2 will be the next step into making it just more mainstream. Because I think a lot more people will have PS5s, and then Sony's going to do their marketing magic. Hopefully, the games will be great on it. The experiences will be amazing. So kind of like the same way I forgot what the name of the controller is. The PS5 controller. DualSense. Kind of like how the DualSense like kind of was like next level to people coming from the PS4 to PS5. If they do the same thing with PSVR 2, I think that's going to be a really big push towards that.
We'll see. It does have haptics and stuff, so we'll have to see how that works as well in terms of immersion and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's these are our thoughts. Hopefully, and there's also going to be some third-party developer announcements as well on the State of Play. It's not just PSVR 2, but I think that's going to be like the main thing. But they're also going to be talking about some third-party stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if it'll come up in the State of Play, but like if Final Fantasy 16 makes an appearance, I'll be happy. I'll be like, this is the best State of Play or announcement ever. Yeah.
Take me, Sony.
Take me now.
I mean, I guess it's worth mentioning that at this time right now, we would have been anticipating E3 news. Sad that because that's usually the first week of June, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Sad that had to go, but we have the Summer Game Fest to keep us entertained,
which Sony is a part of. Yeah,
which Sony is a part of. So it could be that tonight's State of Play is the first Summer Game Fest announcement, whatever, reveal type of thing. That'd be interesting. We will, of course, talk about it in a couple of days. Fatfood, I think we've been doing this for around 15 minutes. We can just maybe end it here. We have our filler episode out. Yeah. We'll reel people in.
I don't care about people. I'm just I want to care about the algorithms. The algorithm will be happy. It's good.
Well, I think the algorithms at the moment won't do anything, but we need to at least have a page up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So listeners, we're going to care about you eventually in a couple episodes. We're gonna do this for you guys. For now, this is just part of the setup process of the new podcast.
This was fun. This was good.
This was fun. Follow us on social media. Bad Good Pod on Twitter and on Instagram. Give us some time. This is the first time we're doing social media, for the content creator type of thing. Yeah, properly. Yeah. So things are going to look terrible for now. But stay with us. I promise you will be rewarded with some good content. Some good banter between the two of us, good debates, good talks, and good hot takes, I think. So yeah,
it's all about hot takes.
If I said good, bad pod, I apologize. It's bad, good pod, as in bad gamer podcast, bad, good pod, on Instagram and on Twitter. And the website is badgood.gg. And if you're watching us right now, you can listen to us if you want to on your daily commute or whatever.
If you want to, we don't care if you do.
No, I paused for a second because I wanted to say something else, but then I realized that's not necessary. So I just kind of moved on to a different way to end the sentence. But yeah, if you're watching us right now and you want to listen to us, you want to tell your friends about us, let them just go ahead and search for the Bad Gamer, Good Gamer podcast on any of their podcasting platforms of choice. Guys, this was a blast. Yet it has to end. So we'll see you guys next time for the actual real full-length episode.
And tell us how we looked live, or on video. If you're listening to us, just go on YouTube and be like,
is going to be shit. I'm telling you from now. No intro, no outro, no music, no whatever. We just want to push something out. So give us some time. We're going to start looking semi-good. So yeah. All right, guys. Peace.
Bye-bye.